guys, how's it going? My name's Otakunator, and we're here gonna play some Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD. I just recently picked up this game not too long ago, and due to the request from friends and of course 4chan.org, I got pretty motivated to actually do a walkthrough for this game. Seems like a lot of people requested it, at least enough for me to want to do it, so I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys what you want. Alright, so let's take a look here, get this game started. So, first two things we have to do is, of course, choose our controller. As you can see here, I mean, most people decide to choose either the gamepad or the Wii U Pro controller. Those are your two options. A little disappointed that you can't do the Wiimote, because that's how I originally played it, but hey, given the choice between the two, I think I would definitely use the Wii U Pro controller. I actually have it hooked up now. Alright, so what we're going to go ahead and do is start here a new game. As you can see, I got one already started. This one we're just kind of messing around with, getting the settings and everything done. But we'll go ahead and erase this. Yep. And we'll go ahead and start a new game. Alright. So let's get this going. Of course, our character's name is going to be Link. Epona is going to be the horse, and we'll just do normal mode since this is like a walkthrough slash tutorial, and like, here's this, here's that, here's how you find this, here's how you find that. We won't do hero mode because we're not going to try and, show how awesome, we can be. We're just trying to get to the point, get to the meat and potatoes, and get started. So basically the whole point of this video is, just to kind of quickly get through this game. I mean, I'm not going to try and find all the items that aren't necessary. I'm just going to try to find, what's needed to progress. And, yeah, we'll definitely pick up some heart pieces along the way and extra stuff. But, anything that's not really needed, we're not going to make it a priority. We'll go ahead and, yeah, as you can tell, Link's got one heck of a major upgrade from Twilight Princess. It still kind of looks like a last generation game. It definitely looks like it'd be on par with the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, kind of like around that realm, but hey, it's still one heck of a facelift. I mean, the detail in the water is real pretty, the detail in like the mountains, the bark of that little cave over there definitely looks more realistic than what it did. I mean, detail even in the ground under the water, the lake, excuse me, the pond bed looked really good. But yeah, as you can, the ground still looks kind of flat, but they still put somewhat of a texture look to it, so I guess that's pretty good, pretty nice of them. I mean, wow, this actually does look really nice, at least in terms of the characters. But yeah, so I heard, based off some of the things I was reading online, it seemed like Nintendo was just kind of testing the waters with, Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess, and Wind Waker to, make sure that they will be able to properly do the Zelda U. And Wind Waker was the one that they saw kind of popped out the most in HD, so they decided to do that one. But of course, since, Twilight Princess was the favorite of that time, of the two GameCube games, they decided to go ahead and keep the stuff they did on Twilight Princess HD and make it a full game. That's a pretty rainbow back there. Very nice detail. I don't remember if that was in the original. It's been a while since I played the original Twilight Princess, but it was on the Wii when I played it. Really liked the game. Definitely one of my more favorite Zelda games. But I mean, later on we'll definitely discuss, likes and dislikes about the other series when they reference them. Yeah. As this one, I kind of liked how, I mean, I know they kind of somewhat did it in Wind Waker, but I like in this one, Link was kind of a more beloved character by, the whole village. He definitely showed a lot more emotion before, unlike Ocarina of Majora's Mask. He was always kind of like the cool, silent hero. But this one, they definitely gave him a bit more of a personality. I think Wind Waker, I think they tried a little too hard for my liking to be funny. I mean, I always took Legend of Zelda seriously, and I think Wind Waker kind of went away from that. Not saying it's not a bad game. It's definitely still a great game in terms of the Zelda franchise, but it's definitely my least favorite of the bunch in terms of 2 Link. I mean, I'm not very fond of the design and the fact they tried to make it a little bit more slapsticky versus more serious like the other games. But, oh, where is Epona indeed? So yeah, let's go ahead and... No, we're going to go ahead and... For the first part, we'll probably go ahead and do most of Ordon Village, all the little side quests to get the game going for the main story. Yeah, the tutorial for all the beginning stuff is actually a little longer than what most people liked and wanted it to be, but hey, you know, pick and choose. It was Nintendo's decision. I know in some things they've kind of reduced it to kind of help ease that pain. Just trying to pick up a boulder. So what I'm doing now is trying to get a little head start on the rupees, because we're going to need 30 rupees later to kind of progress the story. Well, I guess that one won't break. I'm going to throw it against something. Alright, well, so that's all we have around this area, so we'll go ahead and get to our first trigger of events that progress the story along. That is a beautiful scene, isn't it? A little rainbow, nice waterfall. Definitely a lot prettier than I remember, but that's Leah. She's kind of like, I guess you could say, besides Zelda, the main female character. There's definitely a bit of a love interest between the two. I always thought that was pretty cute. I mean, sorry if that's a bit of a spoiler, but hey, you've had 10 years to play this game. So, okay. I'll probably be quiet for the cutscenes. Yeah, I always thought Leah was a rather pretty girl in terms of the Legend of Zelda series. Definitely one of my favorite female characters overall in terms of this game. I'll zoom in a little bit. Alright, so yes, the song we learned in Ocarina of Time, the good old Long Ranch theme. Didn't know how to trigger that, but yeah, we'll go ahead and get going. Yeah, I always found it funny how Link knows the Long Ranch theme in Twilight Princess. Maybe he heard it or found it out by someone else, but yeah, and kind of nice, of course, to see Pauna in the original colors generations later. Definitely liked how they stayed true and blue to that. But yeah, so now that we got Epona, we can go to our next set of events. Basically, what we're going to do is... Oh, look. On the town village. Yeah, so it's kind of showing everybody who's part of the village. I mean, they're all going to be important members later. We're definitely going to have to do a little bit of something, you know, for each of them. But normally I'd stop by and talk to them. But yeah, since we're just trying to get this tutorial going for y'all, we'll go ahead and just... Well, we'll be able to talk to them, get to know them later. There'll be plenty of chances for that. So yeah, what we're supposed to do here to progress this part of the story is just herd the goats into the little barn there, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Okay. So yeah, we'll do this little mission real fast. Oh. always those few ghosts that have to make it difficult. Yay, good job, boss. Okay. So, if you're, of course, joining me for the long haul, I definitely do hope you stick around. We're going to go ahead and probably do about 30 minutes per session, just to not like hold you guys up too much. I'll definitely, pre-screen the video. Put like times in the description of what happens when, like if we find an item or if we find like need to get something important. We'll go ahead and do that. So yeah, now the next part is of course the fence jumping. Oh, whoop! Guess I was too close to it. Shouldn't do it that time. All right. Okay, so yeah, now we triggered the next part of the story. We'll be basically going into the next day. And we reached our first save points. Okay. So yeah, that top one, as you can see, I had 2 save files. That top one's for me personally to play. The second save file's for y'all. So you get your own whole entire save file. Congratulations. But yeah, and here's the little kids. They actually play active roles quite often in the story. I forgot the girl's name, but I know Talo and Malo. Those are the, those kids kind of. And of course, they still do the same little jingle. I like the detail in this game, like in the bark. Definitely seems and feels a little bit more rugged. It's definitely flat, but at least the texture's there. At least they're trying. Let's see if we can take a quick look here. Yeah, it's still like very polygonal, but they definitely just put in the extra texture for good measure. And of course you can see the leaves are still flat on the tree and here on the vines. I wonder if that's his symbol for his Triforce of Courage that he has on his hand there. Let's see if we can... Oh, alright, so again, we won't really bother those kids. We'll be able to have plenty to talk about later. I'm gonna go ahead and try to find some rupees around this area. Okay. Alright, we got a 5. Okay. Ipana. Nothing. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into town and start doing our little side stuff there to progress the story. Okay. Since the weekend's coming up here pretty soon, I'll be able to definitely get a big chunk of this out of the way for you guys. I mean, I definitely don't mind doing that for being great watchers, subscribers, and likers, and just supporting me in general. Alright, so I already want to get to the Midna part. That's one of the side quests you'll have to do, so pay attention to this guy. He'll... Yeah. Alright, so now that we're here in Oran Village and everything, there's a whole bunch of little stuff like the cat, and basically this is going to teach you how to do all the like things in the game that'll kind of help you be successful. So, as the little blade of grass, we'll do that over here, because it'll be more useful. Alright, so this part of the tutorial is just kind of showing you that throughout the land of Hyrule, you'll be able to find these blades of grass and summon this hawk to help you with, you know, finding rupees or heart pieces, or, you know, in this specific case, she'll actually, there's a little monkey over there with the crib, so we'll go ahead and send that monkey down. we got that. Okay, so we took care of the first one. Sorry to take a moment, but I want to talk to this guy. Normally he throws rocks and they run after him and they sting him, but I guess they're not doing it this time. Maybe I already progressed too far. Who knows? But anyway, taking this. One of the side missions you're gonna have to do to get out of Ordon Village is talk to this nice pregnant lady over here. She's one of the kids' moms. But yeah, she's missing a cradle. Back to the house as she requested. Alright, so we got our first useful item in the game, fishing pole. Rupees to complete our 30 rupee requirement to progress the story more. So now that we took care of that, as this gentleman up here stated, that cat's trying to catch a fish because the cat accidentally ate the family's dinner of those who own this house. And he ate a fish, and of course the master was upset, so she scolded the cat. Now the cat's trying to get a fish. So that's kind of like the whole backstory between that. But if you talk to everybody in town before you start going on, you know, quest hunting, you'll kind of know everybody's dilemma on how to pretty much fix it. I'm just kind of showing you how to fix it. And just one more. Alright, we got 30, so no more rupee running for us. Well, that one, because it's there. So there's the cat. Looking at the fish. Alright. What's funny is actually in the first Twilight Princess, the cat ran away no matter what. It wasn't until you caught your first fish, which actually took a long time, that it would actually come back to you. And then again, you had to catch a second fish to trigger this event that's about to happen here in seconds. Oh, he's kind of sad he took a fish. Well, not sad, he's definitely not happy. Okay. Oh, we already got our fish. But yeah, if you talk to the lady in there beforehand, she's the lady shop owner of the village store. She tells her about how sad she is because she couldn't find her cat after she scolded it for eating the fish for dinner that the family was supposed to eat. So the cat was just trying to be nice and catch a fish back to ease that pain and hopefully welcome her back. As you can see, she's happy again. So she thinks. And there's our first jar of the game, which in Legend of Zelda World, those are very precious artifacts. So let's go ahead and so we bought everything we needed for the day. Alright, so let's give our old slingshot a test. Almost. Well, I was kind of hoping they'd sting him. Normally he has a big welt over his eye, but maybe I went too far ahead or didn't talk to the right people or start the right sequence, but hey, it's all good.
Hey!
Okay. Alright, so that's why you have to get the slingshot, because you have to go up there and as you can see, he says he left something for you. It's a wooden sword, but we'll get that later. We'll actually do the little slingshot tutorial for these guys. This is a funny game. Yeah, the reason I picked the Pro Controller is this definitely feels a little more Ocarina of Time-ish. Definitely feels like, you know, I already knew what it's like to play with motion controls, so I definitely wanted to give a different experience. You know, as you know, this version is mirrored from the Wii version because the original GameCube was in this format, and most people played the Wii U version from what statistics say. But yeah, I mean, I just wanted to all around. I mean, since I know the story and played the story and know the characters, I definitely wanted it to feel a little bit more different, and so I feel like this was my chance to do so. And yeah, so far I've liked the Pro Controller from the time I spent with it. It definitely feels nice, refreshing, all that stuff. Even the treasure chests look a lot fancier than what they used to. And we got the wooden sword. Alright. Alright, so yeah, we have to talk to the kids to trigger the next part of the story. So we'll go ahead and do that. If you want to, of course, in your own time playing the game, you can explore around and see what other options you have after getting the wooden sword besides talking to them. I don't know if they let you leave the forest or not, but... Oh, I'm supposed to push A. Sorry about that, guys. Helm splitter. No, I learned that one later. But yeah, okay, so now that we did that little tutorial, the next part will actually trigger. Alright. So yeah, it looks like we went ahead and got the next part of the game started. So we'll go ahead. I think this is actually a good save point for now. I mean, there will be definitely a part 2 coming up here shortly. So, you know, don't worry about that, guys. We got you covered. So yeah, I do appreciate you sticking with me through the first part of this walkthrough. I mean, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you know, shout out in the comments below. I mean, of course, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I'll definitely, you know, randomly, sporadically, we'll be doing some walkthroughs with and without commentary. This is just kind of like the first one, so I definitely want to at least introduce myself, introduce, you know, the whole situation we're getting into. So, yeah. See you guys next time, and y'all have yourself a great rest of the day, great rest of the night, and stop by again.